It wasn't until the white sheet covering the body was removed that the woman was horrified to discover. The kind-hearted man who donated his heart to save her life was actually her fiancé, whom she swore she would never forgive. Yet the woman had always believed him to be a cold-blooded, heartless scumbag. Just a week earlier, she had been diagnosed with acute heart failure. If she didn't receive a heart transplant soon, she would die. But there was no suitable match available in such a short time frame, so she decided to go ahead with the wedding with her boyfriend to put a perfect end to their relationship. To her surprise, her fiancé, deeply in love with her, announced their breakup on the very day of the wedding. He then ordered her to marry his best friend. The man's actions instantly enraged their parents. Even when everyone began to scold him, he remained calm. He then took out a divorce agreement and publicly announced that he had completely severed ties with the family. Hearing this, the sister could no longer contain her anger. She called her bodyguards to subdue the man. Then, in front of everyone, she broke one of his legs. This can be considered as a way to vent the poor woman's anger. Even so, the man didn't resist. He limped out of the wedding hall. The reason why this man was so cruel was to avoid making his family feel guilty. It turned out that he had just signed an organ donation agreement 3 days ago. He planned to donate not only his heart to his fiancée, but also his liver to his mother and his corneas to his blind sister, allowing her to regain her sight. He wanted to use his own life to save 3 broken lives. Hence, he staged this dramatic act. To convince his fiancée to completely abandon him, he even arranged for a surgeon to help him stage a show. In front of his fiancée, he announced that he would marry his new girlfriend next month. Hearing this, the fiancée could no longer suppress her sadness and she completely lost hope in their relationship. That night, the man returned to the home he shared with his fiancée. Looking at the photos of them together on the wall, sweet memories flooded back. Though he was reluctant, he knew he had to do it to save her. Before leaving, he laid all his savings on the table, hoping she would have a better life after he left. Just as he was about to leave, he ran into his fiancée, who was heading home. Seeing that the man dared to appear here, the woman's suitor immediately drove him out. In the chaos, the donation agreement fell to the floor. However, when the man's best friend opened the document, they discovered that the kind-hearted man who had donated his organs to save the woman's life was actually the man. At that moment, the friend finally understood the man's intentions. He did all this to save his family. But to ensure the woman could receive the heart transplant, the friend had to lie. He claimed the document was a record of his hotel stay, prepared by the man to harass her. Hearing this, the woman's heart sank. Desperate, she ripped the bracelet from her wrist and angrily threw it out the window. However, this scene happened to be seen by the man who walked out the door. He picked up the bracelet and, looking through the window, saw his fiancée lying in his friend's arms. Seeing this, the man felt a wave of relief. Seeing his fiancée finally let go of the relationship. Now, the man could leave without regrets. However, the next day, when the man went to the hospital for an organ donation operation, he unexpectedly met his fiancée again. Will the woman learn the truth? What happens next? Follow me for more exciting content.